What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew, here to bring you guys our Behind Enemy Line week two edition. Okay, so before we get started, I want to thank you guys for checking us out here on YouTube. If this is your first time here, make sure you click that subscribe button. We are working our way up to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we will have another giveaway coming as soon as we achieve that goal. If you haven't already done so, check out the website www.nothingbutniners.com. There is going to lead you to all of our different social media avenues. We have Snapchat and Twitter. Both of those are Nothing But Nine. ERS. We have Facebook and we have Instagram. Both of those are Nothing But Niners. And we have a slew of writers bringing you guys excellent content on a daily basis, especially this time of year. The 49ers are coming off of a bad loss, and so are our week 2 opponents and the Detroit Lions. So I'm going to introduce you guys to Natalie. She is the Lions fangirl, Lions FGSN on Twitter. Natalie, how are you?
I am doing well. Doing better now that a couple days have passed since our loss. It was one of those games where you just turned off the TV because everyone was playing bad. It wasn't anyone's fault. It was the entire team. But today I'm feeling better. I did see some highlights of some games where we did beat you guys, so that gave me a little more hope that maybe this team can do it. But for all intents and purposes, I'm hopeful.
Okay, so this is probably the season's earliest elimination game for a playoff that is going to happen. Teams that start 0-2 have a 91% chance of missing the playoffs. And let me tell you, you guys have a tough opponent coming up in week 3 in the New England Patriots, so you definitely don't want to lose this game. I do think that there are a couple of things to take away from the game. So before we get to that part, I want to ask you about the strengths of the Detroit Lions. Now, you guys have a new head coach. You guys have Jim Bob Cooter as your offensive coordinator. I'm assuming that Matt Patricia and I can't remember the gentleman's name. I know that he's like 75 years old or something like that as a defensive coordinator. But what have you seen that makes you think that this team can turn things around? And, you know, the game kind of just got away from them at one point, because at one point it was 17-17 in the third quarter, and then the game just quickly got out of hand. So I know that's not exactly how the Lions are going to play all season long. No one should expect them to be or look that bad as far as the box score goes. So why don't you try to explain some positive things about the Detroit Lions?
Well, I think the first thing is that I appreciated is that everyone took responsibility for taking the L. It wasn't, oh, we don't know what happened. It was, we played like, you know what? And the coach, Patricia, listen, have you ever done something for the first time? You're not really good at it the first time around. So as a first-time head coach, you just got to give him a little bit of slack. He's figuring out his guys. They're figuring him out. And he was the first to say, it starts with me. So it starts with the coaching, because we've seen the Lions win. So we know that the guys are capable of that. We used a lot of draft money to get some good guys as well. And Matthew Stafford is the comeback kid. In that second half, he normally fires it up, and he didn't even do that. But you can only be as good as the guy receiving the ball. You know what I mean? You can throw a great pass, but if you're dropping passes and you're TJ who drops something, or you're having all these penalties, we need to clean up our game. I mean, I think really fundamentally we just need to get back to the basics. We have the weapons. We have Ziggy. We have Golden Tate. We have Kennard, who's like, defense was great. If that's the takeaway, I would take away is defense, but our offense couldn't score a point to save their lives. So if we get back from that, I need defense to still hold us down, because they were in the game most of the time. And I need offense to kind of step it up and figure out what's going on there.
Well, you guys drafted a running back that I really like coming out this year, and I was expecting to see more from the run game. A lot of people are saying, oh, the Lions still don't have it. The Lions still don't have it. And not that I'm defending the Lions, because I expect the Niners to win this game, just so we're clear here. I expect the Niners to win this game, but people are looking at, like I said, box score stats, and they're looking at 15 attempts for 39 yards, but the game got out of hand so quickly in the third quarter that you kind of had to abandon the run game. So I don't think it's going to go the way that people think that, think the game is going to go. A lot of 49er fans are saying that we're going to blow them out and all that. I think that this could be a little bit of a shootout. We'll have to see what Jim Bob Cooter can do as far as helping you guys move the ball offensively. Now, you talked about drop passes. The 49ers also didn't look as bad as the box scores would indicate. We dropped 3 touchdown passes in that game, and we also fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line and the Vikings recovered. So our team isn't as bad as we look. I don't think the Lions are as bad as they look. This game is really going to come down to who wants it more. The Lions are coming off of a short week traveling west, so that doesn't bode well in their favor. This is one of the times that, they don't, the NFL will never call it that, but this is pretty much a scheduled loss. I mean, this is as close to one of those that you're going to possibly get. But can the Lions overcome that is really what we're looking for.
I think the biggest thing it's going to show, do we have that bounce back? Can we let go of Monday? Do we have the bounce back in us to recoup? How do we recover from a loss? Do we stay in that place and then not come back 1-1? Listen, there are other teams that are 0-1, just like 15 other ones that lost their first game just as bad, just as the Bears. Like, there's a lot of teams that didn't do well in the first week of football. So you watch that, everyone's kind of at a clean slate. But if you come back with the loss, then I'll start to get worried about us not being able to recuperate. And it seems like everyone, Golden, Matt, all of them seem to be in good spirits about, listen, we took the L and it was disgraceful. It was ugly, but we can't live there. We got to go. We got to move on. They're traveling. They're going west. Our quarterback threw 4 interceptions. Your quarterback threw 3 interceptions. Not much difference there when it comes down to it. So it's about how well they can recoup.
So a couple of quick questions for you just to do some cleanup, and then I'm going to let you get going. Is Ziggy Ansah going to play on Sunday?
Yes. From what I have heard and read, he went in there. They did the injury report, shoulder. He's good to go. Limited in practice all week, which just basically is like, we're preserving your body until Sunday because we believe in you that you can do it. So my brother played for the Lions for about 4 years. They're really good with their PT on their guys, making sure that they're ready for Sundays.
And then I also read that Matt Stafford is going to be okay. He is going to play. Are there any lingering concerns? What exactly was the injury with Matt Stafford?
So he did take a hit to the leg. I think it was more like a shin situation, a knee to shin situation. And he did take a little bit of, he got some bruised ribs, but there was never a full, if I recall correctly, there was never a full sack on our guy. He just got hit and they didn't come at him all the way down, which is great for us that he wasn't completely injured. But you got to protect your QB1. I mean, we got to do better.
Speaking of protecting your QB, I did hear Matt Stafford say that he wasn't sacked all game. A game that one-sided and that lopsided, usually your opponent pin their ears back and they get after the quarterback. Yeah. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, I didn't watch the game all the way through. But I do know that just because there aren't any sacks doesn't mean your quarterback wasn't in trouble. So I want to get your perspective on it. Was it that he was quickly able to get rid of the ball when pressure was coming, or was the offensive line actually holding up?
Well, our quarterback was in trouble because the Jets knew all his play calling. And so that's something they need to clean up. And I know you say it because you won. There's a lot of things you can say. The Jets won. So we knew his play calling. We could see it blatantly out on the field. I mean, if the announcer can see it, then why do you think the opposing team is right there? So I think that's one thing we need to clean up. I feel like our defense is pretty solid. We got Diggs, we got Kennard, we got a good team there. I think it really is. Can we clean up that offense? Can they not know exactly the plays we're calling? I mean, that would help.
And then another positive for you guys, and the 49er fans are going to kill me, but it's going to be that, Jimmy Garoppolo and Matt Patricia kind of have some familiarity with each other. They've been doing their little battles and their dances back and forth in practice for the last couple of years there in New England. So this is going to be a very fun game to watch. I'm going to ask you for a final score and a bold prediction. So don't give me anything like, oh, I think that we'll get a sack. I want something bold. I want you to blow our socks off with this prediction.
Okay.
Not the score prediction, but a bold prediction.
So I think the Lions are pissed off. And I think they know they have to prove it to, more importantly, their fans. So many of those fans wanted to jump off a bridge and call it a day. And especially with their coach. Their coach had a summer of really hard-nosed football. And a lot of people are saying the Lions couldn't handle it. It's too much for them. They're too soft. If you're a man and you hear that, listen, we have a lot to prove. So I would say we're probably going to come out strong in the first half. And if you guys do the same, we're going to be neck and neck. But coming out of that second half, I think Stafford's going to come with it. And I think I would say we'll win by 10. Yeah, touchdown and a field goal. I'm just going to go for it.
Win by 10. I like that's as bold as it gets. The line now, if I'm not into betting or anything like that, but I do pay attention to the lines. I want to know what Vegas knows that I don't know. And the line started with the Niners as just 3-point favorites, which is pretty much a wash. That is what you get for being at home. But then they bumped it up to 6-point favorites for the 49ers. So it's going to be something interesting. I'm going to say my final score prediction, I think, is going to be a high scoring affair. I'm going to say the 49ers are going to have 32 points. The Lions 28 points. I'm going to call the Niners winning. I'm going to say that we're going to have Dante Pettis, who is our rookie wide receiver. He's going to have 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle is going to get in the end zone also. And we're going to have a rushing touchdown by Matt Breida.
Wow. Very specific.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to go hard or you got to go home. And so I got to bring it on the show, man. I got to get the fans pumped up. We are also going to do a show after this one where we do 5 keys to victory. So for the 49er fans who are watching this, I promise you guys, I did not leave out all the positive things about the 49ers on purpose. We have a podcast that is dropping today. We're going to do the video for 5 keys of victory as well. So you guys stay tuned for that. Natalie, let people know where to find you, the works that you're doing and things like that. Just anywhere that you want them to find you on different social media platforms.
Oh, God. Social media is it's a beast. For football, it's Lions Fangirl Sports Network. So it's Lions FGSN for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I am a news reporter out in LA, so Natalie KTLA. We have a fun show every single day for 2 hours a day. That's live streaming on that platform. So other than that, you'll find me just in some Honolulu blue on Sunday, praying on my hands and knees that you are wrong and I am right.
All right. I'm not going to say I agree with that last part, but I do wish you the best. And if she looks familiar to you guys, again, you see her out there in LA on the news station. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Natalie, thank you for joining. I love what you guys are doing over there at the Fangirl Sports Network. I look forward to talking a little bit of trash on Twitter. All right.
Guaranteed that will be happening.
All right. Take care. Thanks again for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.